5 cars. Over $68,000 each when they rolled off the lot. Today, some of them are selling for less than a used riding mower. And I need you to sit with that for a second, because the number on the price tag isn't the scary part. What's scary is why it dropped. Today, I'm going to show you the exact 5 cars, the real dollar figures, and the hidden problems the dealer will never mention before you buy. For the last 23 years, I've had my hands inside these engines. Not read about them online, not guessed, lived it. And if you skip this video, you might make a $6,000 mistake I've watched happen 100 times. Stay with me. Number 5 is going to shock you. Number 5. The BMW 5 Series, model years 2011 through 2016. Loaded with the M Sport package, a lot of these stick it at $66,000 to $69,000. And I get why people bought it. It wasn't flashy like a 7 Series. It was the smart money German luxury car. The one your neighbor with a good job drove, not to show off, but because he believed in the badge. Precision engineering. That's what BMW sold him. Today, a well-kept 2013 535i is trading for $6,000 to $7,000. Some private sellers are practically giving them away. And here's the part that should worry you. It's not the leather. It's not the electronics. It's the engine itself. These years used BMW's twin-turbo 6-cylinder, the N55. On paper, it's a phenomenal engine. In the real world, it has a habit of eating its own timing chain guides. The guides are made of a plastic composite and under sustained heat and mileage, usually somewhere between 80,000 and 100,000 miles. They wear down and snap. When that happens, the chain skips time. And when a chain skips time on an interference engine, the pistons and valves collide. That's not a repair bill. That's a new engine. Owners on BMW forums have reported quotes north of $7,000 for the fix, more than the car itself is worth. And it doesn't stop there. The electric water pump on these engines is known to fail early, sometimes without warning lights, sometimes with a puff of steam on the side of the highway. One owner described coming out of a grocery store to find coolant pooled under his car. A $900 surprise he never saw coming. So the badge that promised precision quietly handed its owners a countdown clock. And the used market knows it. That's why dealers won't touch a high-mileage 535i on trade. They already know what's waiting at 90,000 miles. If you've ever owned one of these, or you're sitting there right now going, wait, that's my car, type it in the comments. I want to know what it cost you, because I read every single one, and your story might save the next person from making the same mistake. Number 4 is even worse. Stay with me. Number 4. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class, S550 trim, 2010 through 2014. And if the last car was the businessman's choice, this one was the boardroom's choice. Fully loaded. These stickered between $66,000 and $69,000 new. This wasn't just a car. For a lot of you watching, this was the car. The one that told the valet, the neighbors, everybody, that you'd made it. 3-point star on the hood. Nothing said arrived louder. Today, a well-kept 2012 S550 with normal mileage is trading hands for $6,000 to $7,000. Some are listed even lower. Less than a used Honda Civic. And the used market isn't wrong to price it that low, because underneath that hood badge is a very expensive countdown. First, the Airmatic air suspension. Just like the last car, this one floats on air struts instead of steel springs, and it's exactly what makes an S-Class feel like it's gliding over broken pavement. But those struts wear out, usually right around the 80 to 100,000 mile mark, and when they go, the whole corner of the car drops overnight. A full Airmatic strut replacement, parts and labor, regularly runs owners $2,000 to $3,000. And it's rarely just one corner. Second, the electronics. This is where the S-Class earns its nickname among mechanics. The rolling computer. There are over a dozen control modules wired together, and Mercedes used a type of wiring harness in these years that's known to degrade with age and heat, especially near the engine bay. When one wire corrodes, it doesn't just kill one function. It can send false signals through the whole network. Owners have reported transmissions that randomly refuse to shift, dashboards that light up with a dozen warnings for no real reason, and diagnostic bills alone crossing $800 before a single part gets replaced. Third, the twin-turbo V8 in later years of this generation has a documented pattern of balance shaft and timing chain tension aware, and if it's neglected past 100,000 miles, a full repair can cross $4,000. Here's the part most owners never find out until it's too late. Mercedes quietly extended goodwill coverage on some of these wiring and suspension issues for customers who complained directly to corporate, but never issued a public recall. Translation? If you didn't know to ask, you paid full price. So the car built to make you feel like royalty ends up handing you a repair bill fit for one. If you or someone in your family ever owned an S-Class from these years, tell me honestly in the comments. Was it worth it? Or did it turn into a money pit? I read every single comment, and I want to know your real experience. Number 3 is coming up next. And this one might be the most heartbreaking story on this entire list. Keep watching. Number 3. The Audi A8, 3.0T and 4.2L Quattro, 2011 through 2015. And out of everything on this list, this is the one that catches people off guard the most. Because on paper, this was supposed to be the smart buy. Full-size luxury sedan, all-wheel drive, stickered between $67,000 and $70,000 loaded. Audi built its whole reputation on being the engineer's choice. The brand for people who did their research, who wanted German precision without the show-off badge of a Mercedes or BMW. A lot of retired engineers, doctors, and business owners bought this car specifically because they thought they were being smart. Today, a 2012 A8 with normal mileage sells for $6,000 to $8,000. And here's what makes this one sting extra. The problem isn't some obscure sensor. It's the timing chain. On the supercharged 3.0 TV6 used in these years, Audi installed timing chain tensioners that wear out early, often well before 80,000 miles. When a tensioner fails, the chain can jump time, and on this engine, that means bent valves, sometimes a destroyed engine. This wasn't a rumor or a forum myth. It became serious enough that Audi and Volkswagen faced a class action lawsuit over timing chain failures across several of their supercharged and turbocharged engines, and settled by extending warranty coverage for owners who came forward. But that coverage expired years ago, and most A8s on the used market today are well past it. Second, the air suspension. Same story as the last 2 cars on this list. Struts wear, compressors burn out, and one corner sags. On the A8, full replacement can run $2,000 to $2,800 per corner. Third, the MMI infotainment system. In these years, the screen and control unit are known to freeze, reboot randomly, or lose connection to the backup camera entirely. Replacing the control module alone can run over $1,000. Here's the twist that really gets me. Audi marketed this car around German reliability and long-term engineering. But NHTSA complaint records from these model years show a disproportionate number of engine and electrical complaints for a car in this price class. The badge promised something the parts didn't deliver. So the smart luxury buy quietly became one of the most expensive lessons in the entire luxury segment. Alright. I want to hear from the engineers, the researchers, the I always do my homework crowd watching this. Did the A8 ever burn you? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and I promise I won't judge. 2 more to go. And honestly, number 2 might be the most avoidable mistake on this whole list. Stay with me. Number 2. The Lincoln Continental, black label trim, twin-turbo V6, all-wheel drive, 2017 through 2020. And this one's personal for a lot of you, because this isn't a German badge. This is American luxury, built for American roads, by a name your father probably trusted. Loaded, these stickered between $68,000 and $72,000 new. Ford brought this nameplate back specifically to compete with the S-Class and the 7 Series. And for a moment, it actually worked. Massaging seats. A grille that looked like it belonged on a car twice the price. This was Lincoln saying, we still know how to build a flagship. Today, a 2018 Continental black label with normal mileage is selling for $6,000 to $7,000. Some are listed even lower, and dealers are practically begging people to take them off auction lots. And the reason isn't that the car feels cheap. It's that keeping it running isn't. First, the adaptive suspension. Like the German cars on this list, the Continental rides on an electronically controlled air and damper system that constantly adjusts firmness when the sensors or the air compressor fail, which owners report happening as early as 60,000 miles. The ride turns harsh, or one corner sags, and replacement parts on a low production car like this are expensive precisely because they're hard to source. Owners have reported repair estimates north of $2,000 for a single corner. Second, the electronic parking brake and door latch system. This generation of Continental used electronic latches instead of mechanical ones, and there's a well-documented pattern of these latches failing to release in cold weather, sometimes trapping owners inside their own car. It got serious enough that Ford issued a formal recall covering hundreds of thousands of vehicles for exactly this issue. Third, the twin-turbo engine itself is generally solid, but the real killer is parts availability. Ford discontinued the Continental in 2020, and dealers already stock fewer parts for it every year. A repair that would take 2 days on a Ford Fusion can take 2 weeks here, simply because the part has to be found, not just ordered. Here's the part that really stings. Lincoln built one of the best-reviewed American luxury cars in decades, and then discontinued it just 3 years later. No more Continentals means no long-term parts pipeline, no resale confidence, and a used market that's punishing owners for a decision Ford made in a boardroom, not for anything wrong with their car. If you're the kind of person who still believes in supporting American-made luxury, I want to know, did the Continental earn your trust, or lose it? Comment below, because these stories matter more than any spec sheet. And now, number 1. The one that started this whole video. The car that went from $68,000 to less than a used riding mower. You are not ready for this story. Keep watching. Number 1. The Jaguar XJ, Premium Luxury and Portfolio Trims, 2011 through 2016. Here it is. The car that started this whole video. $68,000 out the door, and with the options most people chose, closer to 75. Aluminum body. A cabin that looked like a private jet. This was Jaguar's flagship, built to say one thing: we build cars for people who already have everything else. Today, a well-kept 2013 XJ with normal mileage sells for $6,000 to $7,000. Some private listings go even lower. Less than a used riding mower. Exactly like I told you at the start of this video. And this isn't a rumor. Independent studies on resale value have repeatedly ranked the Jaguar XJ as one of the worst depreciating luxury cars sold in America. Full stop, not just in this price range. Here's why. First, the air suspension. You've heard this story 3 times already on this list, but Jaguar's version is worse, because parts availability for lower volume brand like this is thin, and every dealer visit costs more simply because there are few of these cars on the road to justify stocking parts. A single strut replacement can run over $2,000, and it's rarely just one. Second, the electronics. And this is where Jaguar earns a reputation mechanics like me talk about privately. This car runs more onboard computer modules than the average small business runs on its entire network, and they were never built with long-term reliability as the priority. They were built to impress you on day one. Owners report dashboards lighting up with false warning, keyless entry systems that randomly stop recognizing the fob, and infotainment screens that freeze mid-drive. One owner told me he had to pull over and restart the entire car. Not the engine, the computer system, just to get his backup camera working again. Third, and this is the one that ends most of these cars for good, the supercharged V8 timing chain tensioner. It's a known weak point, and when it fails, it doesn't give you a warning ping. It gives you a check engine light and a 5-figure repair estimate on a car that's worth a fraction of that. At that point, there's no version of the math that makes sense. The car becomes disposable. Not because it's broken beyond repair, but because fixing it costs more than replacing it. And here's the twist that ties this entire video together. Every single car on this list, the BMW, the Mercedes, the Audi, the Lincoln, and this Jaguar, made the exact same promise when they were new: pay more, get more, worry less. And every single one broke that promise the moment the warranty ran out. That's not bad luck 5 times in a row. That's a pattern. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. So tell me, out of all 5 cars on this list, which one shocked you the most? Type the number 1 through 5 in the comments right now. I read every single one, and I want to see which one this community got burned by the most. So what's the real lesson here? These 5 owners weren't foolish. They did everything right. They researched, they trusted the badge, and every one of them got the same quiet betrayal, a warranty that ran out right before the real bill started. Here's the truth the used market won't say out loud. When a $68,000 car sells for $6,000, the price isn't lying to you. It's warning you. If you're shopping right now and want luxury without the landmine, look at a Lexus LS, a Toyota Avalon Limited, or a Genesis G90. And before you buy any used luxury car, spend the $150 on an independent inspection. Cheapest insurance you'll ever buy. If this video saved you from a $6,000 mistake, hit subscribe. Every week I break down which cars deserve your money, and which ones are just waiting to take it. One last time, tell me in the comments, which of these 5 hit closest to home for you? I read every single one. Drive safe, and I'll see you in the next one.